Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. It's a Big Herc with Fresh Out, and you're tuning in for another edition of Prison Talk. If you have any questions, make sure you email us at FreshOutSeries@gmail.com, and also check out our website, which is www.FreshOutSeries.com. Had a question from one of our viewers. Hey Big Herc, before I ask this question, I would like to remain anonymous in this video response, but when did the BOP get rid of tobacco products, and what was the effect of it? Was there more tension? What this particular viewer is referring to is the Bureau of Prisons, which is the feds. They got rid of tobacco products roughly around, I think, the year 2002. And, you know, the government, as far as the BOP, they're always trying to get rid of different things to see what's the actual breaking point. It's almost a microcosm for the macrocosm. You know, before the tobacco products, they got rid of the fuck books. You know, because they wanted to see a bunch of, they like booty busting, you know, motherfuckers getting their cheeks busted. Why else would you take fuck books away from guys in prison who aren't homosexual? You know what I'm saying? You'd rather see the guy not look at a fuck book and then do what? You know, it doesn't make sense. But anyways, they took those away, which created a black market for fuck books. Next, they went and outlawed tobacco products. So what happened was all the tobacco products that were on commissary, people stockpiled and they bought as many as they can. They bought cans and cans of Bugler and basically hid them and tucked them away and did whatever they could so that they could have them down the road, which, you know, you could only hide it for, you know, so long before it goes bad, and you can only hide it in so many places. So a $15 can of tobacco, which, you know, I think that's what it cost on commissary, maybe 20 bucks, was now going for $300, you know? So you had guys who would basically hustle inside the institution like they were on the block slanging cigarettes, you know, $3, $2, and that was a hustle, you know. Motherfuckers selling cigarettes, 2 stamps, 4 stamps, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? 6 stamps, 8 stamps, but they were slanging cigarettes. So that became a black market in prison, which created commerce. And this commerce, everybody eats off of it. And what I mean by that is that, okay, you say, okay, well, you're hustling, you know, who's getting it? Well, the BOP is making money because guys are selling tobacco, they're sending money to their books, which is going back to them to spend money inside the institution, which is going back in the Bureau of Prisons' pocket. So it's a fucking hell of a cycle from the inmate to the fucking street to your books, which is your inmate trust account, back to the commissary. And that's how the shit works. And it got to a point where you even had guards getting in on the hustle. Guards would buy, you know, 5, 10 cans and have inmates that they were fucking with, and they would basically get them, you know, give them a can, 50 bucks, 75 bucks, 100 bucks, and, you know, they had it cracking. So you had guards making an extra 2, 3 grand a month slinging tobacco, you know, with the inmates that they were cool with in prison. And so it was just a cold dynamic. And so, yeah, tension, the guys who are smoking, you know, they pretty much found a way to get it because you're going to still get it some way, somehow. But, you know, I know for the first couple years, it was still a lot of tobacco circulating. As it got like later towards the end of my sentence, you know, a few guys had it here and there, but that's when the guards came into play. Once all the stockpile ran out, they start supplying the inmates, and it continues to grow. It's the tobacco hustle.